Chevelle's 8th studio album is a heavy-hitting album featuring an array of tracks that will surely welcome new and returning fans to something fresh and different. This time around, Chevelle said they wanted to create the heaviest album thus far, referring back to the earlier days of Wonder What's Next. Fans have wanted Chevelle to return to their roots for some time now, and the North Quarter may just be what the fans have been waiting for. I always love the opening track on a Chevelle album. They are easily some of my favorites. Family System, The Clincher, and a Ouija Board, to name a few. Door to Door Cannibals is no exception. The opening track lets you know what you're in for in the first 5 seconds of hearing Pete hit his guitar. It's heavy, it's loud, it's riffy, it's even unfamiliar. Listening to Pete's guitar chug almost doesn't sound like Chevelle at first. It's a refreshing metal sound that spews from Pete's PRS rather than his usual palm muting style. It's not until the vocals hit that you remember it's Chevelle playing in your ears. The first track bleeds into the second with Web Enemies, a more familiar sound. This one may remind you of Chevelle's 2007 album Vienna Sarah's Brainiac. It's fast-paced with quick verses and choruses that string you right into the next song. One of my favorite songs off the album is Punchline, which might be surprising because it's the slowest song on the album. And in case you've forgotten, this is a heavy in-your-face kind of album. But I love the ominous vibe here. It has a sort of Nine Inch Nails feel to it. Pete's vocals are reminiscent of Vanessera and Sci-Fi Crimes, where vocals take the main stage versus heavy guitar and drum parts. It's a break from the heaviness and a breath of air. You get to come up for a moment and rest. I enjoy this because other areas in the album seem to never want to slow down. This is not entirely bad. I understand that fans want that heavy sounding experience like Wonder What's Next, but you need to have balance. This is what made Wonder What's Next so strong and where the North Quarter falls a bit weak. Many will compare Chevelle's sound to that of Tool, with similar guitar sounds and pushing vocals. This time around, the songs are more focused on heavy guitar parts, more power chords, and heavier chugging drive these songs rather than catchy riffs that usually progress Chevelle's music forward. Somewhat Deftones sounding, you can really hear this in Rivers and Warhols Showbiz. Since recording with Joe Barresi on Hats Off to the Bull, La Gagola, I'm going to butcher this 100 times, La Gagola, and finally The North Corridor. These last 3 Chevelle albums have had similar running themes. This is likely due to working with the same producer. This album, though, in my opinion, is the best of the 3. Progression got better on each album. I want to call it Chevelle's Star Wars trilogy. Similar to Star Wars, the album Hats Off to the Bull is where Chevelle begins its journey learning to become a Jedi. By the 3rd act, Chevelle has mastered their craft and now understands the way of the Force. Overall, the album leaves a great first impression. It keeps you wanting more, it's complex and layered, but it's not without its downfalls. When Chevelle says they want to put out a heavy album, well, that's just what they do. The issue here is what the album gains in heaviness, it lacks in catchiness throughout most choruses and verses. Meaningful lyrics can easily be forgotten or lost. It all gets a little buried in the mix. Just don't expect this album to be something to sing along to. It's an album that's going to get you off your feet, though. Something you'll feel like driving fast to, an album you'll want at full volume all the time. It's a great album, and as a long-running fan, I approve. Some of my favorite tracks off the album: Door to Door Cannibals, Punchline, and Shot from a Cannon. My least favorite track, Warhols Showbiz. If you liked the review, leave me a comment, give me a like, let me know that you didn't like this video, or if you did like this video, let me know down below. I would like to hear from you. I'm a huge Chevelle fan, and let me know what you think. Thanks.